football more athletic than an amazing diving catch. But when diving catches are made one-handed in the end zone to tie the game, well, that earns you a spot on our Plays of the Year. Down to Temple with barely a minute left in the game, University of Central Florida's J.J. Wharton hauled in this amazing full extension catch to tie the game. Quarterback Blake Bortles releases an off-balance bomb less than a tenth of a second before a Temple defender flattens him. Based on the launch angle and release speed, this gives Wharton 2.5 seconds to travel 70 feet. To get to the ball, Wharton cranks it up to a top speed over 20 miles per hour. And by rotating his left shoulder back around his central axis, Wharton is able to fully stretch his body more than 8 feet. This full extension, angled at 40 degrees, allows him to get his hand on the ball in the smallest of windows. If at any point Wharton had been delayed by a single hundredth of a second, a tenth of the time it takes for the ball to rotate just once, he would have been 3 inches short and unable to make the catch. Despite the fact that Wharton's hand is equivalent to only about a quarter of the football's total surface area, he's able to halt its downward momentum in just 3/100ths of a second. Finally, Wharton secures the ball with 2 hands just before crashing into the ground with an estimated ton of force. He holds on for the touchdown and helps UCF punch their ticket to the Fiesta Bowl. We'll wrap up our Plays of the Year special with an amazing feat that's actually not a play per se, but goes down in our book as one of the greatest athletic achievements in human history. At age 64, Diana Nyad became the first person in history to swim all the way from Havana, Cuba to Key West in open water without a shark cage. To put this accomplishment in perspective, swimming 110 miles from Cuba to Florida is equivalent to swimming the English Channel 5 times. To do this in 53 hours, she burned more than 30,000 calories. That's roughly the amount she would have burned if she had run 10 marathons. When it comes to extreme endurance, like the swim Nyad just completed, assuming all training is equal, the farther the event, the better women perform relative to men. Although men have greater overall strength and a higher maximum aerobic capacity, studies suggest that women burn more fat and fewer carbohydrates than men, leaving them with a greater supply of liver and muscle glycogen. In other words, more fuel. And Nyad's fuel enabled her to complete a journey that took her roughly 153,000 strokes. To put the magnitude of Diana Nyad's accomplishment in perspective, consider this. Almost 4,000 people have climbed Mount Everest. And out of the 100 billion people who have ever lived on this planet, the number of people who have achieved this feat is exactly 1.